Cat Fruit Booty Budden said something about me. You didn't talk about the women you beat up. You act like I didn't even say that. I said you beat up women because it is a fact. You beat up women. TMZ is not after you because your voice isn't as powerful as mine. The Okie Dokie Jackson dude has started another lie, and he's going to have to pay for this one. He lied and said, I tried to get Darlene to hold up a shirt depicting black people as monkeys. You're going to have to prove it. You're going to have to prove it. There's some dude, Push Up In You Faggo. He got a page. Push Up In You Faggo. You'll see. You can't call black men fouls. I am so against fouls. I don't care what happens to it. But I know that you guys are riding the wave to call me a because y'all trying to get me assassinated. Because what good is a foul in any society? 50, 150, still out here living, kicking, running it. I don't know what they got planned for me, but I'm not about to stop doing what I do. Darlene OG Ortiz, Craig will be here in a little bit. Everybody is called a media firestorm. My voice, I'm shocked. I didn't know. My voice got so powerful that the media, not bloggers, not fat girls with YouTubes, not busters who buy cigarettes 1, 2, 3 at a time. We ain't worried about them. They weren't never the problem. What it is, we have mass media trying to shut down the voice of Corey Holcomb in the 5150 show, and of course, the bloggers who are envious of what we do are going to join in. Ever since TMZ has gave a one-sided version of what happened, it then got to the point where even a man like me, who I don't walk around living in fear, but I fear for my life now because I see what has been said about me, and they are desperate to bring me down because the word pedophile has been thrown.
Yeah, I've been catching wind of all this too. It's been a wild couple of weeks in comedy overall, but especially in black comedy. Things have been straight chaos. Accusations are flying at Corey Holcomb, and whether you rock with him or not, you can't deny he's got a major voice in the culture. Now they're throwing around some serious PDF allegations about him. My algorithm's been flooded, video after video, saying Corey is this, Corey is that. Even the big commentators jumped in last week. Joe Budden was going hard at Corey too. And that viral TMZ clip of Corey putting hands on that female comedian, girl, that thing exploded everywhere. Everybody saw it. Everybody had an opinion. Of course, Joe Budden and his crew weighed in, and let's just say they weren't exactly gentle. They were lighting him up. So yeah, a lot of people are pressing Corey right now. But those PDF allegations, that's the heaviest cloud hanging over it all. I've seen the resurfaced clips of Corey saying some real questionable stuff. I'm not even going to cap. You can go look them up yourself, and I might even drop 1 or 2 for context. Because let's be honest, he has said some things in the past that raise eyebrows. Now, some folks will argue that in comedy, context is everything. They'll say if you're a paid comedian on stage, you've got leeway to push boundaries and say what you want. But hold up, there's still a line, a clear line. Even in comedy, certain territory shouldn't be crossed. But instead of us debating in circles, let's actually hear what's
thrown in the mix. And let me tell you something. This is deep. I am no pedophile. I have never been accused of being a pedophile. I have never had charges of being a pedophile. This is something that's coming from the mass media, TMZ. Ever since they said what they said, I have been They trying to get at me for real. Let me tell you something what they do, because they did this to Michael Jackson. They did this to Martin Luther King. They did this to Malcolm X. They did this to so many people. When they ready to come get you, they assassinate your character so people don't look at you as a human being. This is the footage that goes in the security office of the Improv. It says Shrine of Crime right there. And we blotted out some of the people's faces because the truth is we don't want to show everybody, but I'm not banned from the Improv. But you know who is banned from the Improv? Right there. Right there. Right there. If she's seen up there, they are supposed to call the manager and the cops immediately. I'm not banned from the Improv. I don't have a criminal history. This woman stabbed everybody who called her innocent. I know what I'm doing. When a drug addict is talking crazy to me and following me, I'm telling you, I know what they do to people. In that video where I got into a skirmish with the dude that was her boyfriend, I don't know if you know this, I'm gonna say it.
I'm scrolling through the comments right now, and people are not playing. They want Corey to speak up. They're demanding he address the whole Darlene situation after that blow-up last week. And on top of that, they want answers about the PDF allegations. Now listen to this. Some folks are saying all the drama with Christine and that punch is just smoke and mirrors at this point. That's old news. The audience is locked in on the serious accusations now. They want to know, are you going to apologize to Darlene or not? And here's where it gets interesting. It feels like Corey Holcomb's own fan base is starting to shift. I'm seeing major commentators who used to defend him heavily suddenly changing their tone. And we all know Corey has always thrived in controversy. That's part of his brand. But hold up, when your own supporters start backing away, that's different. When your core audience begins to question you, something is off.
Jail for stabbing that man. And it wasn't no let her out overnight, because they couldn't let her out overnight, because when you go to jail and you are high like that, they let you air out in the cell besides your crime. So everybody who saw that thing, innocent woman, no, Corey Holcomb was protecting himself and always will protect himself against drug addicts. Now, they have something online, once again, about this pedophile thing, and it's going too far. So my lawyer said, you don't even have to really talk about that for real, but just make sure everybody knows this. I'm no pedophile, never been accused before in my life of being a pedophile. My day in court is coming, and I don't even have time for court because I live a glorious life. I work and perform. They said this is an innocent woman. This woman, since I had the incident with her, she stabbed a man. So all you guys who don't know what you're talking about is predictable because you have feeble minds. Now let's get to this next soft shit. And I ain't gonna spend a lot of time on it. I'm gonna spend about 10 minutes on this. The cat Fruit Booty Budden said something about me. And okay, yeah, I wear a dusty hat. I forgot all the stuff he said right now. Yeah. Clothes dirty, no shape up, all that. Fruit Booty Buttons. Oh yeah, and I can't fight. Yeah, I can't fight. You didn't talk about the women you beat up. You act like I didn't even say that. I said you beat up women because it is a fact. You beat up women. TMZ is not after you because...
Say what you want about Corey Holcomb. Yes, we all know about the recent PDF allegations and the whole Christine situation. But let's keep it real for a second. When it comes to the Joe Budden angle, Corey isn't exactly making something up out of thin air. I did a video on this last week and actually dropped the receipts. I posted the direct links where Joe Budden himself spoke about the altercations he had. I believe it was with his girlfriend at the time. I covered it in detail. The footage is out there. Joe addressed it years ago on his own platform. So this isn't some random rumor somebody just cooked up for clicks. This is documented. This is on record. Now hold up. That doesn't erase what Corey is dealing with, but it does mean he's not completely off base here. Joe Budden has had...
It's not after you because your voice isn't as powerful as mine. So you can come on and say whatever you want to say, you and the sissies and the scammer girl that's on your show. See, you couldn't get Melissa Ford to go along and laugh with you like you wanted. So you got this scammer girl who is all over the internet. If you do research on that girl on his show, she's a scammer. She takes people money and everything. You got to go, Mike? Okay, I'll catch up with you. Unless you want to go now. Okay. So, hey, Fruit Booty Buttons, you got to say something about the women that you beat up. I know you want to signify on me, but say something about the women you beat up. The Okie Dokie Jackson dude has started another lie, and he's going to have to pay for this one. He lied and said, I tried to get Darlene to hold up a shirt depicting black people as monkeys. You're going to have to prove it. You're going to have to prove it. Because, I mean, she's right here.
That wasn't the shirt. That shirt was, there was a lot of things being totally misconstrued. That shirt you held up the week before.
I held up the shirt when I was trying to stab real hard at somebody that came up to my show and tried to uproot our way of life up here. I did that. And like I say, it ain't a lot of stuff I do I won't do again because I'm old enough to realize, yo, Corey, are you...
Yeah, Oshay Jackson, Oshay Duke Jackson, that's his name, right? He pops up in my algorithm now and then. And lately, he's been going extra hard on Corey Holcomb. What's wild is, if I remember correctly, he used to be a big Corey supporter. So I'm sitting here like, hold up, what changed? Or is this just AdSense season and everybody's cashing in? Because let's be real, Oshay will critique anybody if the topic is trending. He's one of the main voices who helped push that whole narrative about Darlene supposedly getting fired over not holding up a t-shirt. But listen to this, that story started looking shaky real quick because Darlene is still there. They're still cool and everything seems intact. So now it's like, was that rushed reporting? I think there was another commentator too, Flakko or something like that, also going in heavy on Corey. And this is where I say you gotta get your facts straight before you hit upload. I get it, if you're running a content machine and dropping multiple videos a day, you don't always have time to dissect every tiny detail. But when you're talking about real people's lives, reputations, careers, you've got to slow down. This past week alone, a whole storyline was built around Darlene Ortiz and Corey Holcomb that may not even be accurate. Folks were saying she got fired, saying she's owed an apology, saying all kinds of stuff with confidence, and that's dangerous. So yeah, moving forward, YouTube commentators need to do proper due diligence. You can't just throw anything on a thumbnail and call it commentary. I'm in this YouTube space too, so trust me, I understand the pressure, but I try to lean on the side of caution because this game can get messy fast.
Do that. When I got into it with the drug addict woman who I knew was very dangerous from her past, I knew what I was doing. I knew that I was in danger. So when this guy who lied with her because he was with her intimately or whatever got stabbed, I wasn't shocked he got stabbed because I knew how dangerous that woman was. And a lot of people in the comedy community know how dangerous that woman is. Yeah, like we said, Okie Dokie Jackson lied and said, I tried to get Darlene to hold up a shirt depicting black people as monkeys. We want you to prove that. We want you to prove that because we're tired of you lying. You've lied about quite a few things that you'll see. You'll see. You're going to have to prove what you lied about because I think you're insecure because of the way you look and you've been getting attention and now you think you can take on the world. It's the same thing when Tampon came up here. These are guys who never were able to get attention as they came up, but now they found a way through the internet and using the likeness of other people to lie on them. They starting to believe that they are somebody special. Well, if you are somebody special, we need you to prove what you said, where you said, I tried to get Darlene to hold up a shirt depicting black people as monkeys. You're going to have to prove it, okie dokie. It's coming. Don't worry about it. It's coming. I know you do everything in your way to try to manipulate the guidelines of the internet. YouTube, for example, you manipulate it. But you're going to have to manipulate this in another way because you outright lied. I got you in more than this lie. And what you'll find out on the internet, you think you can just say whatever you want to say. But Tasha K had to get that girl $6 million. And Tasha K, you're going to have to prove that.
Wait, he's really talking about suing Oshay Duke Jackson? That's wild. I mean, absolutely insane if it actually goes that far. But hold up, can he even pull that off? Last I heard, Oshay is based somewhere in Africa. Zimbabwe, maybe? I'm not 100% sure, but that definitely complicates things. That's why I keep saying, you gotta move carefully in this space. Some of these major names, whether it's Corey Holcomb or even Cardi B, will absolutely lawyer up if they feel like you're reckless with your words. That's exactly why I try to stay measured. Yeah, sometimes I get hyped, I'm human, but I try not to let that excitement turn into something that could cost me. So yeah, Oshay might want to tread lightly from here on out. I'm sure this doesn't have to turn nuclear. At the end of the day, it's two black men in the media space who should be able to talk it out. And no, before y'all start, I know Oshay isn't in his 70s. I'm joking, relax. But seriously, this feels like something that could be resolved without courts getting involved. Anyway, I'll leave it there. If you enjoyed the breakdown, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff, and I'll catch you in